Hi there viewers, welcome back to Seed the Geek. Today I'm showing you a detailed guide to overclocking your AMD Ryzen CPU and iGPU. We're pushing this low-end hardware into GTX 1650 territory for a massive performance boost without spending a single extra dollar. Before we dive in, here are the requirements you'll need. Before we start, make sure you have at least a dual heat pipe cooler and a minimum 500-watt power supply. This is the baseline for a stable overclock on a system without a dedicated GPU. Now let's head over to the AMD support page and find the AMD Ryzen Master utility. You'll see a few different versions available, but since we're using the Ryzen 5 8000 series, we're going to download the version for Ryzen 5000 series and later. Once the download finishes, run the setup. It's a very straightforward installation. Just follow the prompts until it's done. When you open the utility, you land on this dashboard. It's your mission control, showing real-time stats like your CPU temperature, peak speed, and power draw. On the left side, you'll see specific tabs for CPU and RAM, which we'll use to fine-tune each component. Keep an eye on these gauges throughout the process to make sure your system is staying within safe limits. One critical note: before we start tuning, under the Settings tab, you'll find an option to write PBO to BIOS. Enabling this ensures your performance settings remain active even after a system restart. However, if you're concerned about potential system instability or no display issues during the testing phase, I recommend leaving this disabled. This way, if the system crashes, it will simply revert to stock settings on the next boot, keeping your process 100% safe. Now, head over to the Tuning tab. You'll see a warning dialog pop up. Just click Accept to move forward. To get the best results, we're going to skip the basic view and click on Advanced, then hit Proceed. This gives us the full manual control we need to really push the hardware. Looking at the tuning mode options, you'll see Default, which keeps everything at stock factory limits. While there is an auto overclock mode, I don't recommend it for this specific setup. As you can see, it tries to jump the PPT to 1000, which can cause massive heat and thermal throttling. To get that GTX 1650 performance safely, we're going to use PBO Advanced for a manual stable tune. To do that, click on Manual tab and click on Proceed, and then click on PBO Advanced tab again. Now we're setting our PPT to a solid 120 watts while leaving the other power limits at their defaults. For the clocks, we're applying a 100 MHz CPU and a 200 MHz GPU boost. Next, scroll down, select all cores, and click Optimize to start the curve optimizer. This is a lengthy process that can take 30 minutes or more. Since I've already optimized my curve in a previous run, I'm going to skip the wait and scroll down to integrated graphics mode. Switch this to manual and we're jumping that frequency from a stock 800 MHz all the way to a whopping 3000 MHz. Keep your maximum voltage safe by staying below 1.2 volts and set your minimum I/O clock to 1028 MHz. Now head over to the RAM tab on the left, set your memory clock to 6000 MHz and your SoC voltage to 1.2 volts. Once that's set, head back, review your changes, and hit Apply and Test. Finally, click Apply Changes and restart. Once you're back in Windows, Ryzen Master will automatically relaunch to finalize those settings. You'll immediately notice higher CPU clock speeds, but also higher temperatures since we've bumped that PPT limit to 120 watts. Under the Graphics tab, you'll see your new integrated frequencies and voltages are active. After the system completes its stress test, you can validate your optimization curves to ensure everything is rock solid. You might notice your RAM frequency and SoC voltage have reverted to their default settings. This happens because some BIOS versions lock these changes at the hardware level. To fix this, we need to restart and head into the BIOS. Navigate to the Overclocking menu then into memory overclocking, and change the profile from default to custom. Set your memory speed manually to 6000 MHz, scroll down to SoC voltage, and set it to 1.2 volts. Once that's done, save your changes and reset. Once we're back in Windows, Ryzen Master should now display the correct 6000 MHz frequency and 1.2 volt SoC voltage. To be 100% sure, you can verify this in Task Manager under the Memory tab to confirm your clock speeds. Keep a close eye on your temperatures and review the dashboard one last time to ensure everything is stable. Now that our dashboard looks solid, it's finally time for the moment you've been waiting for. Let's jump into some benchmarks and test the actual gaming performance. On Doom, the Dark Ages benchmark, even with ray tracing forced on, which usually crushes integrated graphics, the results for our Radeon 760M were surprisingly decent at 1080p lowest settings. Before our optimization, we were averaging about 30 FPS, but after applying our new settings, we saw a noticeable jump. Our average FPS climbed to 34, and more importantly, our max FPS rocketed from 96 all the way to 161 FPS. We managed to cut our overall stuttering down to half. Due to the heavy ray tracing load, the overall experience became significantly more responsive and stable. Finally, we have Black Myth Wukong. This is one of the most demanding titles out today, and we ran the benchmark at 1080p on the lowest settings with ray tracing disabled. Before the overclock, we were hovering in the mid 50s with an average of 54 FPS. While playable, it wasn't hitting that buttery smooth 60 FPS target. However, after applying our optimizations, the difference was night and day. We pushed the average up to 65 FPS, with our performance consistently staying above the 60 FPS mark throughout the run. We even saw a maximum hit of 76 FPS. This confirms it. With the right tuning, this iGPU can handle even the latest AAA blockbusters at a smooth PC standard frame rate. I'm your host Sid, and I thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.